everyone, welcome to our channel. This is the second episode of the mining series, and in this video, we will talk about one of the most critical sectors powering India's rapid growth, metal manufacturing and mining. As you may know, India is not just a major player but a global force in the production of essential metals like steel, aluminium, copper, and raw materials such as limestone, which is used in cement manufacture. These industries are the backbone of India's infrastructure development, helping build everything from roads and bridges to cars and electronics. What makes it all possible? Vast mineral resources and strategic government initiatives like the Make in India campaign, which is pushing the country to become a hub for manufacturing. Throughout this video, we will explore the different aspects of these metal industries, how they're growing, how they impact the economy, and the steps being taken to make production more sustainable. We'll also look at the key regions in India that are rich in resources and how they are responding to global demand for metals. So let's get into it. Steel manufacturing in India. India has become a global giant in steel manufacturing, securing its position as the second largest producer of steel worldwide. In 2023-24, the country produced a staggering 144.04 million tons of crude steel, with finished steel production reaching 138.83 million tons. This growth in finished steel represents a significant 12.68% increase compared to the previous year, while domestic consumption also saw a remarkable rise of 13.9%, with a total of 136.25 million tons consumed in the same period. This booming steel production is driven largely by India's infrastructure development, where steel plays an essential role in sectors such as housing, transportation, and industrial construction. The Indian government has set an ambitious goal of increasing the country's steel production capacity to 300 million tons by 2030, in line with its National Steel Policy of 2017. This move is aimed at meeting the growing domestic and global demand for steel, which is crucial for the development of a robust economy. The Make in India initiative is another significant driver, encouraging both domestic production and foreign investment in the steel industry. India's vast reserves of iron ore and coking coal, the two primary raw materials used in steel manufacturing, have helped the country become largely self-sufficient in this sector. Most of the country's iron ore deposits are concentrated in the states of Odisha, Jharkhand, and Chhattisgarh, which are home to large-scale mining operations. Integrated steel and mining operations. India's leading steel manufacturers such as Tata Steel, JSW Steel, and the Steel Authority of India Limited have adopted vertically integrated business models. These companies not only manufacture steel but also have extensive mining operations that ensure a consistent supply of high-quality iron ore. This vertical integration allows Indian steel producers to be globally competitive, providing steel not just for domestic use but also for export markets, particularly China. India is also making strides toward sustainable steel production, with a growing focus on steel recycling and energy-efficient processes. Green steel production, which uses renewable energy resources and less carbon-intensive methods, is becoming a priority as the global steel industry faces pressure to reduce its carbon footprint. Limestone, the foundation of cement production. Now, let's dive into the specifics of limestone mining. Limestone mining plays a crucial role in powering India's cement industry, which is at the heart of the country's rapid infrastructure development. Think about it. Every road, housing project, and industrial facility relies on cement, and limestone is the key raw material that makes it all possible. Without limestone, the foundation of India's growing cities and highways wouldn't exist. It is the backbone of every major construction project across the country, fueling growth and development in more ways than one. India has significant recoverable limestone reserves, which have grown over the decades. The country's limestone production surged from 23.8 million tons in 1970-71 to approximately 127.9 million tons by 1999-2000 and continues to rise. The country's total recoverable reserves are estimated at 75,679 million tons, offering a life index of 254 years. These vast reserves ensure that the cement industry, which consumes 95% of the limestone produced, will continue to meet the rising demand. Cement industry dependency on limestone. The cement industry is the largest consumer of limestone in India, which uses about 95% of the total limestone production. India's cement production capacity exceeds 80 million tons per year, making the country the second largest producer of cement globally. As India's infrastructure and urbanization projects expand, the demand for cement is expected to grow, doubling by 2030, with cumulative requirements projected to be around 4,664 million tons. This underscores the need for continued exploration and mining of limestone deposits. Limestone mining techniques. When it comes to extracting limestone, the go-to method is open cast mining. This technique is not only budget friendly but also less harsh on the environment compared to other mining methods. Companies like Rain Cements Limited are leading the charge with advanced drilling and blasting techniques that boost efficiency while keeping environmental and safety standards in check. Now let's talk about how limestone mining is regulated in India. It's governed by the Mines and Minerals Development and Regulation Act of 1957, also known as the MMDR Act. Here's how it works. State governments hold the authority to grant mining leases for limestone. These leases are managed by the Department of Mines and Geology in each state, which makes sure that all mining activities follow environmental guidelines, respect landowner rights, and handle revenue collection properly. The overlap of limestone and petroleum resources. While limestone is primarily associated with cement production, its geological properties also make it relevant in the broader context of resource extraction, including petroleum. Limestone formations can act as reservoirs for hydrocarbons like oil and natural gas, although this is less common in India. If limestone mining overlaps with petroleum or natural gas extraction, the regulatory framework shifts, with oversight transferring from state authorities to the central government. In India, petroleum and natural gas are classified as major minerals under the Union List Entry 53, giving the central government exclusive rights to regulate their exploration, extraction, and taxation. The regulatory framework for petroleum exploration and production is governed by the Oil Fields Regulation and Development Act 1948 and the Petroleum and Natural Gas Rules 1959. While states assist in land acquisition and local governance, the central government is responsible for granting licenses and leases. India's role in the global petroleum market has been expanding rapidly. In the last few years, the country's petroleum exports to Europe skyrocketed, with exports to the Netherlands alone increasing from 9,740 metric tons to 24.73 million metric tons between 2018 to 2024. This growth has been fueled by logistical challenges during COVID-19 and geopolitical shifts due to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Aluminium, a booming industry with massive potential. Let's now talk about aluminium. India has risen to become the second largest producer of aluminium globally and the third largest consumer. Aluminium plays a crucial role in various sectors like transportation, construction, and electrical applications due to its lightweight and durable properties. Although India's per capita aluminium consumption is still below the global average, this gap represents a significant opportunity for growth. Over the next decade, demand for aluminium in India is projected to double, driven by the expansion of industries that depend on this essential metal. As these sectors continue to develop, India's aluminium industry is set to experience substantial growth. Bauxite reserves and aluminium production. India's aluminium production is fueled by its abundant bauxite reserves, which are estimated to be around 3 billion tons. These reserves are primarily located in states such as Odisha, Jharkhand, and Chhattisgarh. Major aluminium producers in India, such as Hindalco and Vedanta, have been increasing their production capabilities to meet the rising demand. However, despite being one of the largest producers of aluminium, India's domestic production still falls short of demand, necessitating additional investments in capacity expansion. To ensure sustainable growth, Indian aluminium producers are also focusing on energy-efficient production processes and recycling efforts. The aluminium industry is one of the most energy-intensive sectors, and efforts to adopt more sustainable practices are crucial for its long-term growth. Copper manufacturing. Challenges and growth opportunities. Alright, let's explore the copper industry now. This industry is crucial for sectors like telecommunication, electrical application, and construction. Despite having considerable copper reserves, India ranks as the 17th largest producer of copper globally, contributing only about 0.19% of the world's total production. Most of India's copper reserves are found in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and Jharkhand. However, domestic production hasn't been able to keep up with the growing demand. By 2024-25, India's copper demand is expected to reach 2.3 million tons, driven by the surge in electrification of transportation, renewable energy projects, and infrastructure expansion. The Indian copper industry has faced notable challenges, particularly with the closure of the Sterlite copper smelter in Tamil Nadu in 2018. This shutdown significantly reduced domestic production and shifted India from being a net exporter to a net importer of refined copper. Consequently, India now relies heavily on imported copper concentrates to satisfy its domestic needs. India's copper refining capabilities. Despite these challenges, India still has a strong copper refining industry. Companies like Hindustan Copper Limited and Sterlite Copper remain key players in refining copper, helping to meet both domestic and international demand. The Indian government is also looking to boost both mining and production capabilities in the coming years, which will be crucial for strengthening the copper industry. Copper is a crucial material for the electrification of transportation, renewable energy expansion, and the electronics industry. As India continues to focus on solar and wind energy projects, the demand for copper will rise significantly. The country's copper refining industry will play an important role in meeting this demand. India's initiatives for sustainable practices in the metal mining sector. The Indian government has been actively addressing environmental concerns in the metal mining sector, including steel, aluminium, and copper through a range of initiatives. 1. Sustainable Development Cells. The Ministry of Coal has set up sustainable development cells in all coal public sector units to improve environmental management practices in coal mining operations. 2. Stricter regulations and enforcement. Efforts are underway to curb illegal mining and promote eco-friendly mining practices. However, there is a need for more stringent regulations and better enforcement to ensure genuinely sustainable practices. 3. Promoting renewable energy. The mining industry is focusing on reducing greenhouse gas emissions by adopting renewable energy sources such as solar and wind power. 4. Circular economy principles. Initiatives are being implemented to adopt circular economy principles such as remining to extract valuable metals from waste, reducing the need for new extraction activities. 5. Reclamation and rehabilitation. Emphasis is placed on restoring mined-out areas to re-establish biodiversity. This includes reforesting, reviving natural water bodies, and constructing reservoirs. 6. Sustainable mining practices. The government is promoting the adoption of sustainable practices through various schemes, encouraging the use of best available technologies to improve energy efficiency and reduce emissions. 7. Collaboration and innovation. There is a push for collaboration, innovation, and the adoption of eco-friendly practices to advance towards more sustainable and technologically advanced mining operations. 8. Faster clearances and land acquisition. A parliamentary panel has urged the government to ensure timely environmental clearances, land acquisition, and operational consents to facilitate the development of new mines without undue delays. Despite these efforts, challenges persist, including deforestation, habitat destruction, soil degradation, and water pollution, particularly in states like Odisha and Chhattisgarh. To address these issues, the government and industry are focusing on several areas. 1. Adopting eco-friendly technologies. Mining companies are increasingly implementing automated drilling, advanced waste management systems, and water recycling techniques to minimize environmental damage. 2. Rehabilitation of mined-out land. Requirements for land restoration after mining include reforestation, soil stabilization, and wildlife conservation. 3. Water management. To tackle the high water usage in mining operations, closed-loop water systems are being promoted to recycle water and minimize waste. Economic contribution and employment. Mining and metal manufacturing play a crucial role in India's economy, contributing significantly to the country's GDP and providing millions of jobs both directly and indirectly. These sectors generate billions of dollars in revenue and are essential to various industries across the nation. To further strengthen these industries, the Indian government has introduced the Make in India initiative. This campaign aims to attract both domestic and foreign investment, driving economic growth and creating new job opportunities. By encouraging investment in mining and metal manufacturing, India is working to enhance its global competitiveness and support long-term economic development. Future outlook for India's mining and metal manufacturing industries. Currently, a major challenge facing some of the companies in these sectors comes from the ongoing litigation, where the Supreme Court has ruled that the state governments have a right to levy cess on mining. Some of the state governments have even claimed success from retrospective effect. The exact details and the implications are awaited. It was also expected that the central government may intervene once these are known. We will keep track of all this and let you know in a future video. India's mining and metal manufacturing sectors are on a growth trajectory, with tremendous potential in the coming decades. Global demand for metals like steel, aluminium, and copper will continue to rise, driven by advancements in sectors such as renewable energy, infrastructure, and transportation. India's national steel policy aims to increase steel production to 300 million tons by 2030, positioning the country as a global leader in sustainable and energy efficient steel production. Similarly, the aluminium and copper industries are expected to grow significantly, with an emphasis on recycling and reducing environmental impact. In addition to meeting domestic demand, India will play an increasingly important role in the global metal market, particularly as countries move towards greener economies that require lighter, more energy efficient materials. So, there you have it. India's metal manufacturing and mining sectors, from steel and aluminium to copper and limestone, are not just crucial for its economic growth but also play a major role on the global stage. With its rich resources, strong government backing, and a push towards sustainability, India is well equipped to lead in the global metals market. But the journey doesn't stop here. To stay ahead, India needs to keep innovating, investing, and sticking to environmentally friendly practices. The future looks bright, with these industries not only boosting domestic infrastructure but also making a significant impact on global supply chains. If you enjoyed this deep dive into India's metal industries and want more insights into global markets, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe for more content and hit that notification bell so you're always updated with our latest uploads. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.